Hello, so it's Tuesday English today and we're going to be looking at tier 3 words. So like a few weeks ago when we were looking at the newspaper report, you're looking for these tier 3 words that are words that can only be used for this specific piece of text. So seeing as it's a poem, it can be probably a little bit harder. So I've realised this, so I've stuck with the same poem from yesterday, Blast Off, because I'm hoping that some of the words in this poem you'll be able to identify as these tier 3 words better than some of the poems that we were going to use. So Monday, a lot of you were finding those tier 2 words, and we had a few like mission control, some of you were saying. Some of you had onwards, like we said in the video. Some of you had shrinks, and some had obviously some of the planet names because we weren't sure what they were, but you do now know. Excuse me. So let's read the poem through one more time before we try and choose a couple of words as examples. The rocket hums quietly, the engines now roar. They check all the buttons, the seats and the door. Mission Control starts the final countdown. TVs are turned on all over the town. For a moment it's quiet, then whoosh, they are gone. The ground shrinks behind them, the engine powers on. Onwards and upwards through the clouds they now go, houses and buildings left far down below. They look out of the window as darkness comes near. The earth looks so tiny, there's nothing to fear. The roar has now gone, it is quiet instead. A helmet sits tightly on an astronaut's head. The planets fly by them, the colours so bright. Saturn and Jupiter shine in the night. Red ruby Mars now comes into view. A quick trip to Venus and Uranus too. The stars twinkle brightly, still so far away. Maybe a rocket will reach them one day. Returning to Earth, journey's over for now. Sights so fantastic you can only say, wow. So, some of these words will only be used in this piece of text. For example, I'm thinking straight away, rocket. So a rocket won't be used in the Three Little Pigs story, would it? It wouldn't be used in Goldilocks and Three Bears. So it's specific to this text because it's on about the rocket going into space. So that could be one of our tier 3 words. Another one, even though you probably had it as a tier 2 word yesterday, it could be a tier 3 word as well, because mission control, that can only be used in this text because it's on about to do with space and rockets, so that won't necessarily be used in other texts. So I'll leave it there. So rocket, mission control. See how many you can find, what are just for this text, what makes sense for this text. In the to-do that I've set, can you see if you can just add them at the bottom as a list, how many of the words you can find, add them to the to-do and save it, and then hopefully I should be able to see them on Purple Mash. Okay, that's all you've got to do today for your English, so just finding those tier 3 words. Okay, have a go. See you soon.